Welcome back. Guess what we're fixing to do? Well, if you've already guessed it, you are a magic man. Nope, we're not just going to make iced tea, we're going to make kombucha. So, many of you might know that I like kombucha. We're going to try to make our own. We're going to make a gallon of tea. We're going to follow the instructions. And then we'll start the kombucha process and I'll take you there. I don't even know how to make tea, but we're making it. Make tea per your wife's instructions. Alright, now we gotta let it cool. It's gotta cool to room temperature. Basically, it's gotta cool to less than 90 degrees, so just be patient, let it cool to room temperature, and then we're ready for the next step. So like an idiot, I forgot to put sugar in the tea while it was hot. So instead of warming all the tea back up, I'm just gonna try to steal some and only make some of it hot. And then I'm gonna mix it in. But normally you want to add your sugar when it's warm. So, because you've got to remember, before we can start the fermentation process, before we can add the SCOBY, we've got to make sure this tea is cool, room temperature. So, unless you're like me and screwed up making the tea, everything to this point has been pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and pour this into the jar. 1 gallon. Remember, we got room temperature. Now we need to leave a little bit at the top. There we go. Because now we've got to introduce our starter SCOBY. You can get one of these. They're pretty nasty, but you can get one off of Amazon. I'll leave a link. Or ask around. Probably someone you know actually does this. So we're going to go ahead and add our starter tea and SCOBY. Oh, that smells so good. You gotta make sure your hands are super clean, because believe it or not, that is a living thing. And I guess if you're squeamish, this may not be for you, because I've heard it's very slimy. And this is my... Oh, there we go. Take that little other SCOBY out. And we're just gonna put that on top. And that's it. I'm gonna grab a rubber band and put it around here. And then we just gotta leave it set for about 10 days. We're gonna leave this set for 10 days in a darker place. Can't be hot, but you don't want it to be too cold either. So probably about 80 degrees would be great. Alright, I'll see you again when this is done. Alright, we just took down our thing. You can see that this really nice new SCOBY has formed on top. We are about to, I got a little peach and blueberry mix. Put a little sugar in there. I'm about to put it in our jars. I'll add about a spoonful or so of that and then fill the rest of it with tea. I'm going to go ahead and keep a SCOBY in here with a couple cups of that kombucha, and we'll put this in the fridge and then we'll start another batch here pretty soon. Let's take a look at this. Look at that. You want to make sure your hands are clean, everything's super clean. Brand new SCOBY. Look at that thing. It is super thick. So we're going to take this SCOBY that we got here. I'm just going to throw them all in there until I figure out which one I want. Kind of slimy, but not too bad. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of tea in there. It needs to have some. Need to cover them up. There we go. And then... oh, you can smell it. It smells just like kombucha. You can taste it at this point. Let's see what it tastes like. Make sure it has a little bit of that kombucha taste. You're going to get more fizz once you put the fruit and stuff in there. Oh yeah, that's really tart. It's really good. Oh, it's gonna taste great. You kind of get scared doing it on your own, but I think it's gonna work out just right. Put a couple spoonfuls in each of these. They say you can eat the fruit. I don't know that I'm that brave yet. It has like a little fizzy taste to it. Once it's done, I'm making a mess. Wife's gonna kill me. All right, fill those up real quick and then kind of see where we stand. You're gonna want to leave a little bit of room in there. My jars aren't too big. I probably should have got bigger jars or put less fruit in there. Like I said, I just mixed this fruit up with a couple spoonfuls of sugar. Alright, so I'm just going to make these two and go ahead and put them in the fridge right away. I'm going to do a little strain on these. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just filter these in a mesh strainer. You don't have to do this. Nothing will necessarily hurt you. And as you can see, there was really no bits in here. There's going to be some bits in this last. And I'm just going to put this in there to drink right away. Ones with fruit, you're going to save for, the ones with fruit in them, you're going to save for 3 days. You're just going to put those back in your place, and you're going to go ahead and let them sit for 3 more days, and then you can strain them out just like you strain this one out. If you don't like the little particles, and personally I don't want the particles. But these are ready to drink. Those we're going to put back up. These we're going to put back up, and they're going to sit for 3 more days. You may want to be careful depending on what kind of jar you use, because you could get some significant gases inside of there. So you may want to crack it every once in a while, once a day, or you just leave the fizz in there if you have good jars. But you do have to be careful if you're using bad product. But usually if you're just jarring them in an old kombucha jar, you'll be okay. All right, that's it. We'll see you again in 3 days. All right, here is my, so we're gonna give it a shot and see. I'm only gonna open one because I want to know if maybe it needs to, maybe another day. So it's been 3 days. Okay, we got just a very little bit of fizz. Now you could drink it right out of there, but I'm not quite ready for that yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and filter mine. All right, I should have prepared better for the mess I was gonna make. But there we go. Now my one friend says he eats that fruit. I don't know if that I'm brave enough for that yet. But here's to my peach and blueberry infused kombucha. That's what I'll do. It smells great. It smells just like kombucha. Needs a little bit more fizz to it, but it tastes like juice. It's almost too sweet. It's really good. Super good. I think I'm gonna let it go for another day, get more, like that fizzy carbonation in it. Super good. That's it. That's how you make kombucha. It's not really that hard. You just gotta find somebody with a SCOBY. Can't get them off of Amazon. I'll leave a link for that, but this is great. This is really, really good. Cheers. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.